Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to Psychic Insights Live for today, which was with Mama Cole. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're tuning in.
I was here 2 hours ago.
What, did you get the time wrong?
I was ready, had everything. It was so funny. I do that.
Okay, maybe your guides just wanted you to be completely ready,
Very
right?
prepared today. Yeah, it was actually, because I actually did a grid and everything. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Nice. So you got a bunch of stones there set up on your grid there. What is the big one? Is that a rose quartz?
Yeah. Here. Oh, will my camera go to it? Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out. Yes. This is a rose quartz.
Okay.
I wish it went closer. I know it will. Hold on. Aha. There we go. This is a rose quartz. Then I have a kyanite bell, a quartz bell on either side. We have pink opal heart with,
nice.
I can never remember what this is called. It's from Mexico. Do you know the art that has the Pentosky, I think it's called?
Yeah, I have.
It's a meditation. It's really, really awesome to meditate to. And then this is like a grief grid. I also have lepidolite. Lepidolite is awesome for grief.
What is lepidolite for?
Lepidolite is for grief. It's like a lithium. It's like a crystal form of lithium.
Oh.
And you can it's purple. It's always recognized by the deep purple, and it has like little tiny mica flecks in it. And if you get it in raw form, you can actually like peel it. It's really cool.
Okay.
It's like you're like peeling the layer. This one's polished, but it's a very good stone for grief. I use this. This is like our family grief stone. We actually pass this around when people need it. Helps a lot with depression and mental illness and stuff too. And then I have selenite hearts coming out and seashells and candles.
So how does selenite work?
Selenite is awesome because it clears everything. Selenite you never have to charge. And can you see the iridescent like white clear? You never have to charge it. It totally, you can actually use this to cleanse your aura and stuff. It's just like a shower. It's always call it, it's like the closest thing to like angelic energy. So when you're super depressed and stuff, like it is absolutely amazing. And it was also used, anybody watches Vikings and stuff, they used to use this stone. They called it a sunstone to see where the sun was through the clouds. Very much like this. It's selenite. But it's just flat, and they would hold it up like to the sky, and you could actually see where the sun was through this.
Nice.
So they would use it for navigation. So I always like refer to like it gives you a direction when you don't have one. Like it'll kind of help you focus. And
there's an interesting thing about stones that I think we can get into in just a second here. Nikki said hi.
Hi,
Veronica
Nikki.
Says hi.
Hi, Veronica.
Christine says hi.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Christine.
And
I'm really glad to see all of you. So awesome.
Corinne and Megan. Welcome, Megan. What a cute dog you have in your picture there. Viviana, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I needed this, I think, as much as everyone else.
and Reese. Wow, look at all these people
Love
flowing in. Deshi Mundi, Deshi Mundi,
Ooh, I love
Mundi.
that name.
Jamie McKilver, Deanna Miner,
Oh, your friend.
Megan. Yeah, welcome, Chaz. Christine
Okay.
said she wouldn't miss it, and Jamie's asking already if there's spirits. There's people in the group. Dawn Oxford, Val Hasselman. Welcome, Yvonne, and
Welcome, everybody. Hi,
welcome
Yvonne.
everybody. Somebody did have a really great question that I think we should address. Nikki
you guys
asked,
just inundated
so what
me
do you do with, I know. So what do you do with the stones for grief? Just hold it. And let me just say this before whatever you're going to say, Mama Cole, I'm sure will go along with this. So the stone has like a rock hard structure, right? And we are human, we are mutable, we move around, right? Okay. And so we can change, right? But when you bring, like, let's just say a rose quartz near you, it tends to bring your resonance back into what the stone is holding. So when Mama Cole says that's good for grief, it probably helps clear the grief and bring you back, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mama Cole, is that true?
Yeah.
Can you tell us
exactly.
what you do?
Exactly. Each stone has a resonance, a vibration, a frequency. And we also have those within too. And that's exactly it. You're connecting with it. And it's more about, because to a lot of people, okay, I have a rock. What am I supposed to do with the rock? It's a rock. Yeah, you can hit somebody with it. But it's about you. It's about your intention. Think about that stone. Where did it come from? How many thousands of years was it in the earth? And how did it end up to you? Like that the journey in itself can be mind-boggling, because you figure how long it took. It was, some of them were some of my crystal formations. Like I have fiber now, so because you can actually see, like, things like this. How many thousands of years was this formed in the earth with water rushing over and under, and it was in the dark and stuff, and then to come to rest on my desk? Thousands of years, and I'm the human that it chose. Okay. So you kind of just drop into that connection when you're in grief or just kind of lost. If you do that and just start connecting, you just see that the world's a little bigger. It'll help raise your vibration, raise your, like, when you're so heavy in grief, we're lost. We don't have direction. That'll help. I give you direction. It'll help raise the vibration when you're unable to. So that's like, I was saying just recently in our hangout, my husband, when I had a heart attack, I had this stone set up, and I had a grid that I had done for others. It was a healing grid. And my husband has the beginning stages of dementia. He doesn't totally understand. And he was raised Southern Baptist, never really approved of what I did, but he had tolerated it, But when I had my heart attack, he was crying over it, and he would hold it. He goes, I could feel you. He goes, I cannot explain it, because he had the intention. He goes, okay, if this helps my wife, then I'm going to do whatever it takes. And that's what it is. You just have the belief and you open yourself up. So that's how crystals help. And it's really cool that you said that, because I actually brought like my little crystal drawing and stuff.
Nikki asked again, what was the name of that stone that for depression?
Lepidolite. 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 And it's recognized by the deep purple.
Christine made a joke. Can you throw it at your loved one's head? You probably could, Christine.
Yes.
But the only problem is if it doesn't hang around, it doesn't work as well.
Yeah. And then
you're better off putting them under their pillow. Maybe they'll heal.
Yeah. Cleanse and clear it.
Mm-hmm. Jamie asked a good question that I'm sure you'd be willing to answer, Mama Cole. Can someone come to you in your dreams before they pass to give you a sign? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Especially if they're in a coma or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they're in a coma or if they're very ill or something, it's almost like they call out to you. their spirit or their soul calls out to you, because perhaps maybe you can't get to them or they can't get to you or something. So their higher self, it's similar to a visitation. And the reason it's in your sleep, that's when you're easily approachable. It's when you're more like in the theta, your frequency. Again, with the frequency, I've been a lot with frequency lately. My guides have really been. You have to raise your vibration, and it's very easy when you're in your sleep.
Jamie's saying
yeah, he was in hospice. Exactly.
So that he probably, he was, and in hospice, sometimes they give drugs to kind of knock the person out a little bit or whatever. So, okay, lots of people are hoping for readings, Mama Cole.
Okay.
Did you still want to do this? Janelle asked that she also, okay. So do you want me to just call out to whoever comes up first?
Let's just go by spirit. Wherever, usually that's how we do it. We will try to get to everyone, but just realize Hollis goes by however we're called to by our intuition. And they do a really good job at putting the stuff up. And I just connect with your little tiny picture. I see you, just so you know. Is there a trick to, you're like in a little tiny thumbnail. There might be a trick that I don't know. Is there another trick? Probably not. Wait.
You'd have to look it up on Facebook. You'd have to put their name in.
But no, this is a little larger. So now you're like this big. So that's great. Because I would, seriously. And your dad was in hospice in PA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jamie, let's go ahead and do, since Jamie is, I'm pretty sure Jamie didn't get a reading last night. I don't think so.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and let's offer Jamie.
Okay.
My Libra moon's gonna kick in, but it's very intuitive as well. So fairness. Libras love fairness.
Okay. Jamie. Yeah, it was your dad. He definitely reached out to you. Wow, I don't know what he rang the bell. That was funny. He definitely did reach out to you. And that's one of those things, like we were saying before, it's based on your beliefs and your trust. He reached out to you to prepare you and to let you know what was occurring. And he wanted you to know he's much like some that I've seen before too. The reason he came to you is because he was already going to the other side. Like he was kind of like between worlds when he came, which I've seen that a few times when they're in hospice, and he was trying to prepare you and stuff. I don't get that you made it there, correct? He was in Pennsylvania. That's the only hard thing with this is you don't always get feedback. And he wants you to know it's okay if you didn't make it. I don't think you physically made it, but it's okay, because that's why he came to you in spirit. And he did not suffer.
She said she made it after he passed. So
okay. Yeah, that's what I get. And he wants you to know that's why he came to you. He knew, like his higher self knew. I don't know how they always know that, but his higher self knew that you geographically couldn't get there, but your soul and your spirit were there. He knew, like, you were there. As I can't really, Hollis might be able to explain that a little better, but that was part of the visitation. Like he knew. That connection has not severed. And I get you guys were close. Like he was your daddy. Like this really has hurt you and broke your heart, and it's okay. He wants you to know he is okay.
She's asking, does he know I tried to call 3 minutes before he passed?
Yes. Yeah. I don't believe he would have been able to speak. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. He knew you were there. He knew you were there. That's why he visited you before. That was his goodbye. I also had the experience with my mother. I had to call also. So I understand that feeling. He doesn't want you to have any regrets whatsoever. This is extremely clear. He goes, honey, please stop. Don't have any regrets. He visited you, and that was enough for him. So please know, for him, he was okay. He knew that you couldn't geographically get there. And he goes, and honestly, you have a family and stuff to tend to. It wouldn't have been That's why you got there after. Okay, you have responsibilities, and he understands that, and he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't. You have kids. Yeah, did you see? I saw like a flash. Was it 3 kids? But she has responsibilities, and so she couldn't just pick up and leave, even though she really wanted to, and it tore her heart out. He doesn't want you to have regrets, and that's not just for you. That's for a lot of us here. My mother passed. She wasn't the healthiest relationship, but she was 3 hours away. I just had a heart attack. I couldn't get there. Sometimes we just can't. For me, that was for my situation, that was the healthiest, honestly, for me to keep my butt at home. But it still tore my heart out. Yeah, you have a bunch of kids. So please know your dad's okay. You will get more dreams, but it's still a little fresh. Like, you're still really hurting. The grief is still fresh. He is around very much. Okay. But he's okay. He wants you to know without a doubt that he's okay. He didn't suffer. The hospice was amazing. He's like, he had a really cute nurse. Yes, they were really sweet. Like, yeah, I get he's trying to raise your humor now, because he's like, I had a really cute nurse, and he had everything taken care of. Like, he was very well taken care of. He goes, if he didn't have passed at home, that was the next best thing. Because he was in a facility. Was he in a hospice facility? Yes, of course he's with his family, honey. Yes.
She said, yes, that's him.
Yep. So
She's
please
laughing.
know he's okay. And that's how my dad is too. My dad would have made a comment about the nurses and stuff too. So please don't take that as some comfort, honey, and I'm going to disconnect. No, he's okay. And I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetheart. That's hard. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jamie.
So the next person I thought I found is Vanessa Hasselman. She would love one. She passed. She has three. She has 3 past loved ones. So I'm sure that at least one will come through for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I get like a younger and then an older male and female, but a younger, I'd say a boy. I don't know.
Just Vanessa, as things come up, and if they match, just go ahead and put the comment in the group, and I'll. Oh, Val, is that what they like to be called? Val.
So,
sorry.
what says Val Hasselman?
I said Vanessa, didn't I? Okay. Val.
It's a me. Yeah, I get an older woman and a gentleman. I don't think they're like. I think it's more like perhaps a mom and an uncle, or a mom and a grandpa.
I think you were right the first time, actually. It's my mom and dad.
Your mom,
and daughter.
dad, and daughter. Okay. Because I get the couple is, they're all together. Please know they're all together. And I'm so sorry for your loss. But your mom and daddy are taking care of your daughter. Definitely. I get she's not, I wish I could see your picture. I get she's older. I'm seeing her as like a 25-year-old, but I'm also seeing her like younger, like 9 to 11. So I don't know if she's actually 9 to 11 and presenting as 25, or if she's trying to have you remember her as that young child. But they are together. And I see beautiful brown hair, like long, beautiful brown hair. And she's funny.
Like I don't know, the younger person that you were describing, was that her daughter?
Yes,
I think she's
that's
talking about her daughter. She was 19, so 1925. Okay,
yeah.
An adult, yeah. Young
very
adult.
very beautiful and funny, gorgeous smile. Tragic, yeah. Her death was very tragic. Has left a huge. I'm so sorry. Because I get this young lady actually had her act together, like, and she's really pretty. Like, I don't know if she was into like one of those influencers or something. Because I get like makeup, hair, clothes, everything just spot on. Really put together. She was very like princess. Like, I don't know if you guys called her princess, because I get like a royalty.
They called her Smiley.
Smiley, yeah. Yeah, because I get like, yeah, because she's very, I say that a lot though, like the smile and stuff. So that's why I wasn't really focusing. But yeah, she's very beautiful. Like, very, yes. Please know she's okay. I guess she died very tragically, and I don't want to rehash the details, and she doesn't want you to either. She wants you to know she peacefully passed, despite what it may appear like. She is with your mom and your dad. And they're funny. Like, there's a lot of humor today, which I really needed because I've had a crazy day. But I get your dad's kind of a jokester. Like, humor was a thing. She didn't come by the nickname Smiley by chance. Like, it ran in the family. The mom and your grandma and grandpa, like her grandma and grandpa, are very jovial people. You know, the people that are like just always happy, that's them. So I realize they want you to know that can continue despite the grief. They want you to know somewhere in your heart, deep, like within your heart, you don't have to worry about her. She's okay. And she'll show you that as you process this grief. They're showing like it has really broken your heart. And I can totally, I can't relate because I've never been in that situation, honestly, but I've seen it. And they just want you to be very gentle on your heart, be very gentle with yourself. The questioning, don't worry. We all question, and they're saying you were with her when she passed. Yeah, they don't want you to question that you could have done something or changed something or anything. No, like, she's like, it's okay. And she knew you were there. I believe that's a question that you have too. Yes, she knew that you were there. But like a lot of us,
she says she's pretty devastated. So
yeah,
understandable.
I could not. Yeah. And she wants you to and this is normal. Your devastation's completely normal. And what she's about to say, I hear over and over again. A lot of people I work with are extremely traumatized by the death of their loved one and the way that they left. And somehow, someway, you have to acknowledge that trauma. You don't have to relive it. You just have to acknowledge that energy and find a way to release it. Release it in anger, however you need to release it. And she wants you to try to replace that. I think that's why she showed me that little girl. And this is for a lot of us. They don't like you to have to remember the way they passed, because it's a split second of their entire life. You know, and especially when it's extremely traumatizing, you can release it, come to terms with it, because it sucks. Like, it just sucks. It's horrible. And try to, if you find your brain constantly like reliving it, going over it and over it, try to replace that with their birth, a special birthday, just like one of your favorite memories. And it'll just help that energy. It'll help you kind of shift your thinking from re-traumatizing yourself over and over again, to trying to raise that vibration. But a human response, we are going to process it over and over for a while. But just try to be aware. You don't have to torture yourself, because sometimes we torture ourselves with those memories, thinking, especially as parents, thinking we could have done something different, or usually it's not. That's why I always, when you're ready, go see Hollis for that death astrology, because it answers so many of those questions, especially when they're young, you know. So I'm so sorry, Val, but please know
she wants that they did CPR, but it didn't work. So
yeah, it's okay. That's why she's wanting you to make sure that you know they're
and okay. She's asking if any of them have a specific message, but I suppose you just said that. And then she also said, I feel guilt. I didn't know it was coming.
That's what she's wanting you.
I don't think we're meant to know that death is coming, frankly.
No. That'd be horrible.
Yeah, because we'd constantly be walking around in fear, and I don't think it would
Yeah.
be. I don't think it would be healthy for us.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm so sorry for your loss, Val. Please know she's okay and she's with your mom and dad. For like more in depth, a reading would really help when you're ready. When you're ready, honey. But the guilt, please, she doesn't want you to feel the guilt. And you're not alone in that. I get there's other moms here that are the same because that's why she came so strongly. They don't always tell me to talk about trauma and stuff, but there is a reason. You're not alone in that, I guarantee. Okay. And I'm so
Right.
sorry for you.
Right. And yeah, just to
Mine.
address a few random comments is that first of all, we're choosing people to the best of our ability at random, and Spirit will lead me to bring up who gets reading. And then also I want to say that Missy Coleman, you're asking me to message you. I'm almost betting that you got a message from a copycat from if you take a look in the group, you'll see that I posted apparently my spirit guide agrees with me. There are people spoofing it's happening in our group right now. There's a big red post that says, "Don't get scammed. A reader will never message you first." Never. Not just in our group, just in general. We don't come get you. That's not how this works. If you want a reading, you come to us. If a person is messaging you, telling you that you're possessed, you have spirits on you, you're cursed, or your loved one is reaching out for you, they are scamming you. Please don't give them any money. And so please report them, Missy. If they don't, if it's the Divine Androgen copycat, please just report
Somebody just messaged me that.
and block. Yeah, they've been copied. They copied Eve. They copied me.
Yeah.
Divine Androgen. They
John
copied
Brown
Jasmine.
said
So
somebody-
just
somebody messaged them today.
yeah. So just block. Yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there. Chaz is exactly right. So just if a reader ever messages you, it doesn't even matter what kind of reader, not just mediums, but psychics, astrologers, tarot readers. If they're messaging you first, there's something wrong. They're probably a scammer. So now, okay, now I wanted to go back. I'm not surprised, but Deshi calls out to me. She would love to hear from her sister who passed away 10 months ago. It called out to you too. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, as soon as they signed in, which was funny as heck.
Yeah.
Okay, Deshi. I love your name too. Is this your little sister, honey? Oh, she's so excited too. Please know she's okay. She's super, super excited, super bubbly. And I believe they are definitely India. Like there's definitely a cultural influence. She's making some kind of
younger sister.
Yeah, is it your younger sister? Yeah, and she has like this huge soup tureen or something like a big crock full of soup, but I'm not so sure if it's soup or flowers. She just has this large crock. I honestly think it's like flowers floating in it or something. She's showing me it's like in a garden. Perhaps it is flowers.
They are Punjabi.
Okay, I don't know what that is. What is that? I do this a lot, and Hollis just laughs at me.
It's a native or an inhabitant from Punjab.
Okay.
It's like Punjab is in India.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm getting. Oh, that's funny. See, I don't even. But yeah, I get.
It's sort of like saying I'm an indigenous an indigenous person from North America. Sort of like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I see
it's a little different in different parts, just like there's different tribes in the U.S.
Right.
There's sort of different tribes in India.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing like very cultural. Like this isn't a garden yard. Dirt.
Did love flowers.
Yeah, she loved flowers. Well, she's she has like this big water. I thought it was soup at first, but it's like a tree, and she's out in like a garden, and there's flowers, and I believe they're like lotus flowers floating in it. But she's making a reference to this garden. Perhaps it's a courtyard or something where the house that you grew up, maybe. That she's showing me this beauty. It's a courtyard, and it's not fancy by any means, but to her, it's like it's a beautiful palace. So I do believe this is where you grew up. And she's saying riches beyond measure. Because of your traditional upbringing, it's your cultural background. Yeah, she's saying because of your traditional upbringing and stuff, that she's so blessed now. Like the blessings are beyond measure. Like they're just outpouring.
So she used to, I think she meant love. She used to love water and flowers.
Yeah, and that's what she's showing me.
She's also saying that sounds like you're describing their home in India.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, because she's showing me that like her roots. It's absolutely beautiful, and I love when they do this. And I don't know where they like. I know kind of, but it's really pretty. And she wants you to know, traditionally, and like the upbringing was very down to earth and minimal, and her wealth now is like I don't know the beliefs, which is really funny, but she's showing me like golden temples and gold everything like she has, because she was so faithful or something. Like it's all gold. Yep. Like beautiful. Okay, so please.
There's actually a belief system about gold and passing in the culture.
Okay, that's what she's showing.
It has a lot to do with. That's why you'll see golden Buddhas or golden.
Okay, yeah, because I see a lot of like golden temples. Yeah,
okay. I'm pretty sure it sort of represents. I guess the best way to describe it would be enlightenment.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, she's showing me that she's definitely. So no need to worry, and she's really no need to worry. Don't have to worry.
Like so everything's golden, Deshi. That's great news.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. And I love that because she immediately, as soon as you came in, we were both, oh, Deshi. Yeah, one of your temples is actually called the Golden Temple. Well, there you go. So she gave you quite a few validations very quickly. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Good job.
I think there's something about the Indian culture, because their belief system is so open-minded to sort of these types of things, astrology and mediumship, and the other side, that their spirits just come flowing through. Like, I'm not really sure, but every person that I've ever talked to that has a background in India, they just, I don't know, they just come through a little bit easier sometimes. I think it's because they're open mind.
Yeah, thank you so much, Deshi. Thank you so much. Like, that was absolutely beautiful. Because, sometimes I'll see, like, their sand art and stuff. Yeah, she's so happy. She's so happy. Like, beyond extent. That's what she was like, blessings beyond measure is what she kept saying. Yeah, more than she could ever have imagined is what she's saying. And it's there for you also. Like, there's no doubt. She wants you to have no doubt. So I think that's why she was showing me the details, so that you would have no doubt. So your heart will feel it. You'll get there, I promise.
Yeah, it takes time.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Deshi. I love that.
That's beautiful. Great.
Thank you.
And the next person I have is from inside the group, Joshua Brandenburg, from Tennessee. 20 days. That's not very long. From the anniversary of my son's passing, Forever 21.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I have sons. I couldn't imagine at 21. Oof. I'm getting country. Oh yeah, Tennessee, like super country boy. Pickup truck, jeans, boots, and he left his boots all the time. He used to get mud always in the house. Like, wasn't the most kept kid. Like he was always on the run, like always doing stuff, always getting into stuff. Like he lived a little wild and crazy. Um, it's almost like he lived really crazy in a short amount of time. Like he lived life to the fullest all the time.
Tashua says you're spot on. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
So please know he's here. And he's fun. Like he's very spunky. Like, okay, I raised 5 boys, and he's like the spunky one that you could keep your eyes off of. And if he was quiet, you better go find out what he's getting into. Okay. And he's like, sorry, Mom, but he just had a lot of living to do in a short amount of time. That's why he was a little bit wilder than the rest. Big spirited is what I'm getting. He's much more big spirited. He wants you to know he's okay. He's actually one, and I love it. Like I love when you have different cultures and different experiences. He's like hunting and fishing. He's fine. He's great. He does have family, but he's kind of like just staying to himself, exploring, and just exploring is what he's doing in his afterlife, which is cool. But you do have family that checks. He does have a grandma that does check on him and make sure he's good, but he's just exploring and living life still, kind of more in tune than he was on Earth. I get perhaps he had like ADHD or something. That's why he was like everywhere all the time. And now he's able to be at peace. Like he's one, like he can sit by and fish now, and he don't have to drink a whole bunch of beer and stuff. Like he can actually sit and be one with nature is what he's showing me. He goes, but he does miss the beer. That's cute. So, did you have any other questions?
Spirits often miss food. Did you ever notice that? There's two
Yeah,
things that they miss. There's two things that they miss the most. Oh my god!
Oh, you got balloons now.
I have no idea what's going on. My computer is possessed by spirits.
Too, obviously.
Yeah, mm-hmm. But they usually miss food and sex.
Oh, that's funny. I don't usually. I'm so vanilla, so they don't ever, very rarely talk to me about that.
Oh, they talk to me about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, but the food, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
thank you so much.
His sister, she said, Tasha was saying, his sister would love a message. I guess.
He calls her Brat. They had like a big sibling rivalry, and he's like, "Of course I'm okay. Please stop worrying about me. I'm fine, but you got to get your butt together." Is what he's saying. Like she's okay. You mentioned something. I think it's like the anniversary. He's saying she didn't die. He's the one that passed, and she needs to go ahead and start getting on with her life. She's living for both of them now. I get she kind of put some things aside. Perhaps he's referring to like college or something. Like she put something aside to help take care of you and to help deal with this because it really traumatized her too. But he's saying now it's okay. You can start your life back. Okay, you don't have to stop.
Life. Yeah,
it's okay to live your life because you are technically living it for both of them. Like it's okay. You living your life and being happy is not dishonoring his memory. And he wants you to know that. Okay. That's his most specific message for you. And he called her like squirt or brat or something like that. Cause he keeps he picked on her. Like they wrestled with each other a lot and stuff. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm going to just kind of, thank you so much.
Okay. It didn't, I
hope that helped you, Tasha, and your daughter.
Her son was born the day he passed. Oh, wow. So she's being, oh, wow. Talk about Jacob's ladder. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Tell us about that real quick, Hollis.
Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder is a belief system that as one soul comes into a family, another soul leaves.
Yeah.
It's often believed that there is some sort of soul connection between the two of them. So when you're ready, you might want to take a look at their astrology charts, the baby's astrology and the person that passed. So you put their two astrology charts together, and you'll be able to see
Wow.
what was going on there. It could be like some sort of past life karmic type of thing, or some sort of reason that they're supposed to do that. One passes while the other one lives.
Wow.
It's not a rebirth thing necessarily,
Mm.
because rebirth takes a little bit of time. So
When my son was born, there was a prominent man that I went to church with, and he was passing from a brain tumor, and he died the same exact time my son was born. And he was like the heart of our church. It was the wild, like the exact time. And we both saw each other in Walmart the day before, and we were both supposed to be on bed rest. And he goes, "Aren't you supposed to be in bed?" And I'm like, "Aren't you supposed to be in bed?" And I go, "Oh, well, if I'm going to give birth here," and I said, "I'll be in Walmart." And he goes, "Well, if I am," he goes, "it'll be in Walmart," because the hospital was right across the street. But yeah, he died the next morning, and I gave birth at 8:35 a.m.
Wow.
That was wild.
Yeah, so you should
Yeah.
look at the chart, like the chart comparison. Just be
Yeah, it was really
It's
wild.
fascinating. Jacob's ladders are interesting
I never knew
astrologically.
they actually had it. That's just awesome.
It's Jacob's ladder is a reference in the Bible, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can see it in the astrology. So the other person that I'm not sure, I know she's been around a bit. Okay. But now I can't seem to get it now. Where did it go? Okay. Well, maybe Spirit doesn't want me to do that right now. Sherry Arkari Canara. I'm broken over the loss of my son. Is he okay?
Oh, sweetheart. That's another one in their 20s, I believe. I can't see the picture good. Yeah, another young. Yeah, he's okay, honey. Hold on. He's another one gone way too soon, larger than life. You and him had a very deep soul connection. I believe that's you and him in the picture, but I can't freaking focus on it. Yeah, that's you and him, I'm sure. Because you were like this, like he healed you. His birth healed you. I believe you were single, definitely a single mom.
She's saying that he was 40. That's the only picture she can find.
Oh, wow.
With them together. Okay. Maybe he's trying to validate the picture. Is he 20 something in that picture?
Yeah, like 25, 30. I get perhaps that was when life was like the best and the connection, and life got in the way those last 10 years is what he's saying. He didn't have as much time for you, didn't make as much time.
Sherry said yes, so I think she's saying yes to how old he was in the picture. Okay, so he might, because we can't really tell. The picture's like
yeah, it's like a little tiny. So I'm connecting with like the images, the energy, honestly, in your name is what I'm connecting with. So it's really funny. That's why I like Zoom so much better, but this is fine. But he just wants you to know, he's like, "I'm sorry, Mom." Like that's his biggest, "I'm sorry." He's sorry for lost time. He didn't take advantage of things like he should have. He didn't tell you thank you enough, is what he also wants you to know. You sacrificed a lot for him growing up. And I get he was like you had him young. He saved your life. Like he literally saved your life. I don't understand that. And you do, you know what he's talking about. And he didn't really understand like how deep the connection was. I don't know how to, sometimes it's really hard to put into words what he's trying to show me. He's so thankful.
Yes, by the way.
Yeah.
Saying yes.
Okay. So just be open to receive his messages. He just is validating your sacrifices, validating how hard life was on you, and he's almost like he kind of took advantage of it as a young guy. Like you help support him a lot, sometimes almost like codependently, like you gave him more than he needed at times, like he kind of took advantage of it. And he's telling you he's sorry, he loves you so very much, and he's so appreciative for all the sacrifices that you did as a young woman, like everything that you did. He has no regrets, and he doesn't want you to have any. And he is referring to his passing. I get almost like yeah, I'm not sure. I'm getting like a COVID or something. His passing wasn't expected. Like it just was very shocking. And
Sherry said that's
other
true.
one.
It was shocking.
Okay.
It was unexpected.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Yeah. He wants you to know he's okay. There's a big void in your life and stuff, and you need to fill it. He goes, Mama, I'm okay. And it, just like that, Mama, I'm okay. You don't have to worry anymore. You used to worry about him. I understand. I have grown sons. Like, I know what it's like to worry about. They're impulsive and stuff like that. Like, you really worried about him a lot. And he's like, you don't have to worry anymore. Now you can go forward with.
And she's asking, no, did he suffer while you're saying this? Did he suffer? Yeah. So your answer is kind of like, no, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. He did not suffer. But he wants you to go on. Okay. Once again, he's vowed it. He's like, Mom, that was the end of my life. And it was just like a blur. Go, you need to, he doesn't want you to remember that. He wants you to know, no, I did not suffer. Despite what it looks like he may have, and he didn't. But it was very quick, and that's part of why it's so hard, because you moms, it's like, well, we should have known. I should have. No, it's he wants you to know it's okay. And I believe that's also why he's referring to that picture too. He wants you to go back to the deep connection, the happiness when you didn't have to worry so much about him. And you know what he means by that. Like, that's how he is now. He's whole now. And he wants you to know that he's happy and whole. Okay.
He was shot 3 times.
Yeah. No, he did not suffer. Yeah. That's why I wasn't. If you'd like a private reading, I do forensic readings and stuff. That's probably why part of that wasn't brought up, because I'm in a public setting and it's not.
Right. So speaking of that, Mama Cole, as you disconnect from him, I just want to say that, you know, sometimes private readings are necessary to get down to the depth of things. If you find, so first of all, these readings are meant to be quick and just mini little taste of what happens in a long reading with Mama Cole. But the idea is, in a full length reading, is that first of all, you should recognize that it's an energy exhaustion to do a reading. So that's why we're asking for pay, because we're giving an hour of our time. Yeah, but it's also physically exhausting. Like, we have to prepare. We have to take a break afterwards. We can't do readings back to back. We usually have to limit how many per day we can do, and da-da-da-da. Okay, it's an energy draw. And that's why Mama Cole's only on here for an hour. And if you ever take a reading, there's always like an energetic exchange that should always happen with anything that you do in life, anywhere. You should always give back for anything that you've received. So even if you're just getting a free reading today, give Mama Cole a review in the group, help her get connected with other people that are interested in readings, you know, or book a reading with her, so that now that you see that she's not some crazy scammer or something like that, you can get, well, there are crazy scammers out there.
Yeah. There's careful. Yeah, definitely.
Now, the other thing I want to say is, what is her name again? Viviana. You are psychic, because that is the person I was looking for before and couldn't find it for just a minute. And then I just said, okay, well, we'll just do Sherry for this moment. But Viviana is on the page at first, is the first of what I see. And then she says, I would love a reading. But then, and I was going to choose her, and I couldn't find her in the list in that moment, so I just went ahead and chose someone else. But then over here in the group, a couple of minutes later, after we started this just recent reading you just did, she says, huh, "You froze, Mama Cole. Hopefully, I'm not frozen to everybody."
I'm not frozen. I
Okay.
see you.
You're not frozen? Okay. Everybody was frozen for a hot second. So
Oh,
anyway, and then after that she says I'm still here, but she's over in a different area where I get comments from a different spot, cuz we kind of go back and forth between the group and
right.
the pages, right? Okay. And so because my Libra moon has to make everything as fair as possible. So this is Viviana, and so
Can
since
you
she's
go
still
back to the
here,
picture? Because I believe it's her husband that's passed, the big guy. He's the one that's making sure that she's seen. Yeah. Is it him? The Jolly Giant?
yeah, Viviana's she just said she just validated she's still here again, she said.
But I believe that's
Is it the big person in your picture, Viviana? Anyway.
anyway. Let me yeah.
Tamala, you can watch on any platform you want. Thanks for saying what you said. Tamala's really enjoying this. They first came in.
Nice to meet you,
I
sweetheart.
think your pronouns are she. They first came in YouTube, and now they're on Facebook. It doesn't matter, Tamala. I see them all.
Yeah.
I just can't always address it because it would be rude in the moment, right? But I see you. I see you, Tamala.
Yeah, I have a gentleman coming forward, Vivian.
Viviana said no, it's not him.
Okay. Okay. But I do have a gentleman coming forward, an older man. Perhaps your father or your grandpa.
Oops. Oh my gosh. I just sent it I did it the wrong way.
That's why we have doing this. And
it's okay.
Okay. He has somebody coming through though too, which is funny. Because I do have an older man, which I think is your grandpa, but then he has family coming through too, which is really odd because he's not even here. Because I hear very southern dialect. Like she has, I believe, has he recently lost his mom? Because there's an older woman coming through and she's like really loud and obnoxious and funny as heck. I would refer to her like everybody calls me like Medea, like she's like a Medea type, like just very loud, obnoxious, but not in a bad way. You just know her presence is there, very religious. And the other guy just like took a step back. So they're two different families. One, the gentleman's definitely connected to you.
Does that any of that connect for you, Viviana?
Yeah. Let me know, because if not, it might be another person. Because this older woman is like, she definitely needs to be heard. She's an older church lady, Southern gospel. She's like, okay, he knows who I am.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I want to
Tamala, we sometimes play a guessing game. That's how we play. Yeah. Tamala just says, "How do you know who's coming through from whom?" We don't.
I don't right now because this lady just done pushed everybody aside, and she's like, "Okay, I know." So somebody here, I'm sorry, Viviana, if she just hijacked your reading, but someone here, there's an older, like, because this doesn't happen to me very often.
So does this resonate for somebody?
Yeah, if it does resonate,
woman.
And I'd say she's even got my, I grew up in Virginia. She's got my accent coming back. 75 to 80, church lady. She went every Sunday. She's got her pocketbook. She's got her hat. I actually believe she walked to church, but it was pretty close within her neighborhood. Her family is here. Totally. Or it might be, they might be within the room. She just needs you to know she's good. She's and they need to get their butts back to church. Oh, she's funny as heck. I'm not saying that myself because but she's like, you need it. You know what you believe and your raising was done right. Like, she's very, very Southern. She has the broken dialect and everything. So whoever this is meant for, please know that she is safe. She's good. She's just as spunky as all get out. And I'm getting, it's like a call out to her family. This is her son that she's talking to. For him to, he needs to step it up and get that family back together. She worked too dang hard for it to be falling apart after she died. But whoever this is meant for, they'll hear it, whether they hear it now or later, because she's very specific. And she's saying it ain't that hard, even if it's just Thanksgiving or Christmas. Somebody needs to start gathering the family back together. And this might also be a message for all of us, because I know a lot of us, even if it's not your blood family, she's saying, still, you can gather whatever family is yours, what you consider family. We need to return to that. Because they done work too hard. And she keeps using that. I done work too dang hard for you guys just to let it all fall apart.
Viviana,
a lot of our
Viviana is saying, I just want to address her because she's saying
Go ahead.
that she's very heartbroken because
Okay,
she was
just a
looking
minute.
forward to this reading. So Viviana, it's first of all, it's very hard when we have hundreds of people connected to Mama Cole's reading right now. Literally hundreds of people.
Yeah,
There are
'cause they've
hundreds
all-
of people asking for a reading right now. Okay. And so it's sometimes hard to determine what spirits belong to who. It doesn't mean that your spirit's not here. Maybe that person wants a private reading. Maybe there's something else maybe there's some other reader that your guides would rather have you connect with. So don't take it personally, and definitely don't base it on like my person doesn't want to talk to me or something
no.
like that. Like that's none of that is true.
No.
Just some spirits have different reasons for coming through, just like we sometimes say things like, God works in mysterious ways. Not that I'm a big God person, but spirit works in mysterious ways. Okay. And so we just have to go with the flow of things. We can't just turn it on, turn it off. Now, if you're in a private reading with Mama Cole, she would do the reading for you. And if nothing matched, then she would give you your money back. But I'm just saying that getting the reading privately might be more effective for you, especially if your person was private. Just going to say
Yeah,
that.
and sometimes that is it. This lady's not private at all. And that's some of it. She just busted right through. Your person might be a little bit quieter and subdued, and that's okay. That's okay. And there might be messages in this because she's really referring to family a lot and to gathering the family and stuff and the traditions. And if it's not your blood family, that's okay. You don't have to wait for them to come around, is what she's saying. She goes, don't worry about it. Family is the connections. It's all about the connections and stuff. So thank you. And whoever this belongs to, it will resonate. And I believe that it was also meant for a lot of us. Family is what we make it. It's not always blood. And a lot of us are cycle breakers. And so we create our families. And that's fine too. But just make sure that we're spending time and you're gathering that family that you've created. It takes time. Like they didn't just have them Sunday dinners, when we were kids or whatever. Like that took a lot of effort. So you don't have to do it that often, but at least, a few times a year, it's good to gather your friends together for barbecue or just something. Okay. So thank you. I'm just going to disconnect. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see, Vivian. Yeah, I can't drop into the other right now.
Yeah, you're either tired or Viviana's spirit is saying, I hear you, but I don't want a public reading.
Yeah, it's okay.
So remember, and I just always try to tell people that, like, do you really, like, they might have some deep stuff to bring through, romantic stuff or deep childhood stuff, or they might want to apologize. What's this think about the person that you're trying to bring through. Is there something in their personality that wouldn't want it broadcasted live like we're all watching TV right now? Who wouldn't want to be a show pony, who wouldn't want to be in the spotlight? So if your person is like that, and I'm saying this to everybody, like, be aware of that. Be aware of their soul's sensitivities around this, because I've definitely seen that happen.
And it's never a lack of them not wanting to communicate with you, ever, never. They always want to communicate, show you their love, and always.
And maybe that's why I kept feeling called to your image, to your maybe that's why I kept feeling called to it, But I think we're just about out of time, Mama Cole.
I'm gonna pull a card.
Okay,
go for
it. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I have a beautiful deck, and this will help everybody. It'll give everybody a beautiful message. It's called Heal Yourself. And they're just, they were given to me when my uncle passed. And they're just beautiful, like little tasks to help you heal. So this is a message for all of us, everyone here in this live that watches it now or or the recording. What message do we all need to hear today? And I will read the little excerpt from the book too. Oh, and I might not be able to show this one.
Why?
My guys, I just got so called out when I said, "Oh, well, they don't do that because I'm vanilla." No, I have to cover her behind.
Oh no, you can show.
It's not funny though, but it's sexual. I'm like, oh no, they don't do that. I don't because so they called me out. It's called sexuality.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? That's funny. So see, I get challenged and pushed outside my parameters often too.
So what's the meaning of the card? Is it meant to?
I'm going to read it to you.
Sexuality to heal.
It's a natural part of life. It's saying that it's a natural part of life. Is that okay to show or not?
Yeah, it is. It is. You're fine.
Okay. Take time to explore your sexuality. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel sexy, attractive, and happy with your body? Or are you judging yourself harshly? And this is for all of us, okay? You need to let go of any old feelings of hurt, shame, or guilt in relation to your sexuality. If you're in a relationship, you need to bring some romance back and spice things up in order to make an incredibly fulfilling, seductive, exhilarating experience. I can't believe. But anyway, you need to let your defenses and your fears of being intimate go. So that's part of like what we were talking about. You have to like let your defenses down, relinquish control, and dive blissfully into passion. And some of it, I think a lot of this is when we're heavy in grief, sexuality isn't always about sexual relations. Sometimes it's just about nurturing ourselves, having the passion and the love for yourself, like the image for yourself. How many of us don't see ourselves as beautiful? Me, like right now, Hollis challenged me about 2 months ago to stop dyeing my hair. So I've got like these gray, like to embrace my age. Do you know? I didn't see myself sexy. I picked myself apart, but I'm really trying hard to embrace and let the gray flow. So that's our message is to heal ourselves. In order to heal ourselves with the grief and stuff, we have to love ourselves through it. Okay. So
there's a lot of beauty in being all natural. I'm just going to say there's a lot of beauty in being all natural, and sex is natural. It's normal. Yeah. It's just like eating. It's just as natural as eating. And I know that people kind of look at me a little funny like that. And I'm like, no, seriously, it is just like eating. And some people need it and some people don't. Some people really focus on it while others don't. Right. And I agree. Exactly. Tamala's on my side. See, she says you earned that gray hair. Embrace it.
I'm trying. Yeah, I really did.
Right.
I really did.
Yeah. I mean, come on. There's people out there dyeing their hair gray.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So remember, you can book a reading with Mama Cole. Yeah. You can do that at the Psychic Insights website. If you don't have it, I'm putting it in the comments right now. And you can book with Mama Cole whenever you'd like. A private reading could fit you well. And you know what? These readings right now are just a few minutes. They don't even have that. I mean, they have a couple pieces of evidence, but like usually in an hour-long reading, you get lots of evidence throughout the whole reading. And that's how it usually works. Yeah, because
We
then you
got
can,
them
then you
much
can really
cheaper.
come together with the person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, Tamala. We appreciate you. Thanks for
Thank you
being
so much,
here.
everybody.
Tracy says mine makes me feel more witchy as I dive into it. Because you're awesome,
There you
Tamala.
go.
Because you're awesome.
I love that. I love your
Um,
name, Tamala. What a beautiful name.
and then Nikki said, I like mine. I
Yeah.
like that mama old and I'm hard on myself. I found gray hair. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, Kristen says thank you. Lynette says thank you.
So
And you're welcome,
welcome.
everyone.
Welcome, everybody.
Thank you
Take
for
care.
sharing. Thanks for bringing your friends next time. Look for us next
Thanks.
time we do a live.
Yep.
Okay.
Once a week.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Bye,
right. Bye bye.
sweetheart.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.